about the difference between those two, because there's huge challenges in both.
Right.
Where do you see the difference?
So I guess in that final moment, they're very similar in how you handle that, I think, and very
The pressure?
different. Yeah, the pressure. The difference for me is in a tournament, it's a controlled environment. I know the time I have on the clock. We're still timed, but I know the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know I have this much, the target's not going anywhere. It's not looking at me. So inside, I'm not rushing. It's a system of, I know what I have time to do, glass, pick my spot, fix my footing, make a good shot, and mentally prepare for that. Hunting can be everything. You can have that, or like we talked about today, a buck can stand up out of his bed and look at you and you got 8 seconds to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so in those moments when everything inside of you is screaming for you to hurry, I think where a lot of people screw up. And so that's kind of how they're different for me, is like hunting, you just faced with so many different scenarios, frantic things that make you almost, your chances of success go way down in those moments. Because of course everybody wants the 20-yard shot broadside, him looking the other way, feeding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just doesn't happen a lot in bow hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to be able to adapt to a lot of different situations in bow hunting, where I think in the tournament world, I know the situations I could be put in out there. The wind could be blowing, but I still have time to figure out where my aim needs to be and all that stuff. Where I think they're similar is when you hit full draw and it's time to execute a perfect shot and everything is riding on that arrow. And I think that's where tournaments have taught me a ton, where I've learned and failed so many times in those moments. And I feel like what I've always tried to do is, you can't replicate that feeling when your heart rate's up and you're just you're nervous, and if you don't make a good shot, like what's riding on that. Could be an animal of a lifetime, could be a world championship. Like that feeling you can't replicate. There's no way to practice it.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, the only time I ever had time to learn were in those moments in my mind. It's like when I'm here, even if I'm sucking right now, like if I feel like I can't win, let's learn. Like what can I do different to make this moment easier, or make this moment where I can come out on top next time.
Yeah.
And so in the tournament world, I've learned what I do wrong in those moments. When I start to feel that panic inside, like my pin's not sitting still. And just brutal truth, when you're nervous and your heart rate's up, your pin is like,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to learn to execute through that and make a good shot. And so that's where it's very similar. When I pull back on a giant bull, he just screamed in my face, and I know I got 5 seconds to make a perfect shot, or it's all over and I won't get another opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar in that aspect of how you execute in that moment.